The Zodiac Killer. This elusive figure terrorized Northern California in the late 1960s and early 1970s. He targeted couples in secluded lovers' lanes, striking with brutal efficiency. His weapon of choice varied, from handguns to knives, each attack bearing his gruesome signature. But it was the cryptic messages, the ciphers he sent to newspapers, that truly set him apart. These coded communications, filled with strange symbols and baffling arrangements of letters, became his macabre calling card. Decades have passed since the Zodiac's reign of terror, yet the case remains unsolved, a chilling testament to the enduring power of a mystery. The Zodiac Killer's first confirmed attack occurred on December 20th, 1968. David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, a young couple, were parked on Lake Herman Road in Benicia, California, when a car pulled up beside them. Shots rang out, instantly killing David and fatally wounding Betty Lou. Months later, on July 4th, 1969, the Zodiac struck again. This time, his victims were Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau, who were attacked in the parking lot of Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo. Darlene was shot and killed, while Michael, though seriously wounded, miraculously survived the attack. It was after this attack that the Zodiac began his chilling correspondence with the press. The letters, filled with chilling details of the crimes, were signed with a symbol that would become synonymous with the case: a crossed circle, resembling the sight of a rifle scope. The first of the Zodiac ciphers, later dubbed the 408 cipher due to its 408 characters, arrived at the San Francisco Chronicle on August 1, 1969. This cipher, a jumbled array of symbols and letters, was accompanied by a letter demanding its publication. The Zodiac, ever the showman, threatened dire consequences if his demands weren't met. He vowed to embark on a murderous rampage, targeting innocent people if his cipher wasn't printed in the newspaper. The Chronicle, faced with an impossible dilemma, ultimately chose to comply with the Zodiac's demands. They printed the cipher, hoping that someone, somewhere, could crack the code and potentially put a stop to the killer's reign of terror. The publication of the 408 cipher turned the Zodiac case into a national spectacle. People across the country, from professional code breakers to amateur puzzle enthusiasts, were captivated by the challenge. While law enforcement agencies and expert cryptographers toiled tirelessly to decipher the 408 cipher, it was a seemingly ordinary couple who would ultimately crack the code. Donald Hardin, a Salinas High School history teacher with a passion for puzzles, and his wife Betty, a code enthusiast, took it upon themselves to tackle the Zodiac's challenge. Armed with determination, patience, and a keen eye for patterns, the Hardins dedicated themselves to unraveling the cipher's secrets. On August 8, 1969, just 1 week after the cipher's publication, the Hardins made a triumphant breakthrough. They discovered that the cipher was a homophonic substitution cipher, a method where a single letter could be represented by multiple symbols, making it particularly difficult to decipher. The message, once decoded, proved to be a chilling mix of taunts and bizarre ramblings. The Zodiac, far from revealing his true identity as many had hoped, instead reveled in the attention his cipher had garnered. He boasted about his crimes, claiming to be collecting slaves for the afterlife. The deciphered message, while providing a glimpse into the twisted mind of the killer, did little to advance the investigation. The cracking of the 408 cipher, while a significant moment in the Zodiac case, ultimately raised more questions than it answered. Who was the Zodiac Killer? What motivated his heinous crimes? And why did he go to such elaborate lengths to communicate with the authorities and the public? The 408 cipher, once a beacon of hope, became a symbol of the enduring mystery surrounding the case. It stands as a challenge to future generations to unravel the remaining mysteries of the case and finally unmask the face behind the cipher. November 8, 1969. The San Francisco Chronicle received another chilling message from the Zodiac killer. This one, however, was different. Unlike the 408-character cipher, this one was startlingly short, containing only 13 symbols. The Zodiac, in his usual grandiose and taunting style, claimed that this short cipher contained his true identity. This new cipher, despite its brevity, sent a wave of fear and fascination through the public and law enforcement. Decades have passed since the Z13 cipher first surfaced, and despite countless attempts, it remains unsolved. Some believe the Z13 is a simple substitution cipher where each symbol represents a letter. Others propose more complex methods, suggesting the Zodiac might have used a combination of techniques, including transpositions, codes, and even musical scales to conceal his name. One prevailing theory suggests the cipher might be a cleverly crafted hoax designed to mislead and taunt investigators. The Zodiac, known for his ego and his desire to control the narrative, might have intentionally created an unsolvable puzzle, a final act of defiance to cement his legacy as an enigma. The Z13, beyond its cryptographic challenge, offers a chilling glimpse into the psychology of the Zodiac killer. His insistence on embedding his name within a seemingly unsolvable puzzle speaks volumes about his motives. The Zodiac, throughout his reign of terror, seemed to revel in the attention his crimes garnered. He craved notoriety, feeding off the fear and speculation that surrounded his case. By concealing his identity within a puzzle, he ensured that his name, whatever it may be, would forever be linked to the case. Despite the Z13's enduring resistance to decryption, hope remains that one day its secrets will be unlocked. The advent of advanced code-breaking techniques, combined with the power of crowdsourcing and the unwavering dedication of amateur sleuths, has breathed new life into the case. Websites and online forums dedicated to cracking the Zodiac's ciphers have emerged, bringing together individuals from all walks of life, each with their unique skills and perspectives, united by a common goal: to finally unmask the killer. The Z13, once a symbol of the Zodiac's elusiveness, has become a rallying point for a new generation of investigators. The 32-symbol cipher, a mystery within a mystery. July 26, 1970. The San Francisco Chronicle received yet another chilling correspondence from the Zodiac killer. This time, however, the letter contained a puzzle that would baffle investigators for decades: the enigmatic Z32 cipher. The Zodiac, in his usual taunting manner, claimed that this cipher held the key to a bomb he had planted. Panic gripped the city as authorities and citizens alike raced against time to decipher the code and avert a potential tragedy. A tangled web of symbols, the search for meaning in the Z32. The Z32 cipher presented a formidable challenge. Unlike the 408, which was a homophonic substitution cipher, the Z32 defied easy categorization. Its symbols, unlike any known alphabet or code, seemed to be a hodgepodge of shapes and markings, some resembling astrological signs, others like cryptic runes. Despite countless man-hours poured over the Z32, no definitive solution emerged. The shadow of doubt: hoax or genuine cipher. As years turned into decades and the Z32 remained unbroken, doubts began to surface about its authenticity. Some experts, pointing to the cipher's unusual symbols and its lack of resemblance to any known cryptographic system, suggested that it might be a hoax, a cruel joke perpetrated by the Zodiac to further taunt and mislead investigators. The lack of any bomb discovery, despite the Zodiac's chilling claim, further fueled these doubts. The question of the Z32's authenticity remains a subject of debate to this day. Despite the Z32's enduring resistance to decryption, the digital age has brought renewed hope to the case. The advent of advanced computing power, sophisticated algorithms, and the collaborative power of the internet has created unprecedented opportunities for code breaking. Online communities dedicated to cracking the Zodiac's ciphers have emerged, bringing together professional cryptographers, computer scientists, and amateur enthusiasts from around the world. Whether it's a genuine cipher or a cleverly crafted hoax, the Z32 continues to fascinate and challenge. A reminder that some mysteries, even in the face of technological advancements, refuse to give up their secrets easily. Section 1. Beyond the ciphers. The Zodiac's potential victims. The Zodiac killer's ciphers are just one facet of a much larger and more tragic story. The confirmed victims paint a horrifying picture. The true extent of the Zodiac's crimes may reach far beyond those confirmed cases. Law enforcement suspects the Zodiac may be responsible for unsolved murders and disappearances. These potential victims deserve equal attention. Their stories hold valuable clues that could help unravel the mystery of the Zodiac killer. Section 2. The Santa Barbara Connection. A chilling echo. Thousands of miles away from the Zodiac's stomping grounds in Northern California, a chilling double homicide in Santa Barbara County, California, has drawn eerie parallels to the Zodiac case. On June 4, 1963, high school students Robert Domingos and Linda Edwards were brutally murdered while parked on a secluded beach near Lompoc. The couple had been shot multiple times at close range, and their bodies were found intertwined inside Domingos' car. The killer, who was never apprehended, left behind few clues, and the case quickly went cold. For years, the murders of Domingos and Edwards remained a tragic local mystery, unsolved and seemingly unconnected to the Zodiac killer's reign of terror. However, in the late 1960s, as the Zodiac killer's notoriety grew, investigators began to notice striking similarities between the Santa Barbara murders and the Zodiac's modus operandi. The choice of victims, a young couple parked in a secluded location, the brutal nature of the killings, and the fact that the perpetrator was never caught all pointed towards a possible connection. The most chilling potential connection to the Zodiac killer lies in the brutal attack at Lake Berryessa on September 27, 1969. Cecilia Shepard and Brian Hartnell were enjoying a picnic when a man approached them, wearing a bizarre hooded costume and carrying a gun. The man tied up the couple and proceeded to stab them repeatedly. Hartnell survived, but Shepard tragically succumbed to her injuries 2 days later. The attacker left a message on Hartnell's car door, including the Zodiac's signature crossed circle symbol. The potential connections between the Zodiac killer and unsolved cases, like the disappearance of Donna Lass, the murders of Robert Domingos and Linda Edwards, and the Lake Berryessa attack, have haunted investigators and families for decades. The lack of concrete evidence linking these cases definitively to the Zodiac has only fueled speculation and frustration. Some believe that the Zodiac's ego and his desire to instill fear led him to claim responsibility for crimes he didn't commit, while others see chilling patterns and similarities that suggest a deeper connection. The passage of time, unfortunately, has only made solving these cold cases more challenging. Witnesses have passed away, memories have faded, and evidence has been lost or degraded. However, the pursuit of justice and the hope of bringing closure to the families of the victims remain as strong as ever. Advances in DNA technology, forensic science, and investigative techniques offer a glimmer of hope that one day these cold cases may be solved and the true extent of the Zodiac killer's reign of terror will be revealed. The Zodiac killer, despite his cunning and brutality, could not have foreseen the technological revolution that would grip the world decades after his reign of terror. The rise of the internet, with its vast computing power and global reach, has fundamentally changed the game when it comes to cracking codes and solving cold cases. The Zodiac ciphers, once thought to be impenetrable secrets, are now being analyzed with a level of sophistication and collaborative effort that was unimaginable in the 1960s and 70s. Today, powerful algorithms, capable of sifting through trillions of possibilities in seconds, are being unleashed on the Zodiac's codes. These digital code breakers, unburdened by human fatigue or emotional bias, can tirelessly test countless combinations and permutations, searching for that elusive key that unlocks the Zodiac's secrets. Cryptographers, once confined to government agencies and research labs, now collaborate online, sharing their expertise and insights in forums and chat rooms dedicated to cracking the Zodiac's codes. They dissect the ciphers symbol by symbol, analyzing their frequency, placement, and potential relationships to one another, searching for any hint of a pattern or system that might reveal the Zodiac's methods. Section 2. The Power of the Crowd. Citizen sleuths. Join the hunt. The internet has not only empowered professional codebreakers, but has also unleashed a global army of amateur sleuths, all eager to test their skills against the Zodiac's enigmatic puzzles. Websites and online forums dedicated to the Zodiac case have become virtual command centers, buzzing with activity as citizen detectives from all walks of life share their theories, insights, and potential breakthroughs. These digital detectives, driven by a shared fascination with true crime and a desire to bring a cold-blooded killer to justice, bring a diverse range of skills and perspectives to the table. Some are gifted amateur cryptographers, their minds naturally drawn to patterns and codes. Others are skilled researchers, adept at unearthing obscure documents and connecting seemingly disparate pieces of information. Still others are simply captivated by the mystery of the Zodiac, their imaginations fired by the thought of cracking a code that has baffled experts for decades. The Zodiac killer, despite his best efforts to remain anonymous, has achieved a level of notoriety that few criminals in history can match. His cryptic ciphers, taunting letters, and brutal crimes have captivated the public imagination for over 5 decades, inspiring countless books, documentaries, and even feature films. The Zodiac's enduring legacy is a testament to the power of a mystery unsolved. His case represents the ultimate puzzle, a challenge that continues to fascinate and frustrate those who dare to take it on. The digital age, with its advanced technologies and collaborative spirit, has only intensified the pursuit of the Zodiac's true identity. The Zodiac's ciphers, once thought to be lost to time, are now being scrutinized with unprecedented intensity, their secrets slowly being pried open by a global network of dedicated investigators. The question is no longer whether the Zodiac's ciphers can be broken, but when. And when that day comes, the world will hold its breath, eager to finally unmask the face behind one of history's most chilling mysteries. The Zodiac case presents a labyrinth of unanswered questions. The killer's true identity remains the most elusive piece of the puzzle. Was it Arthur Lee Allen, a prime suspect for years but never charged? Or was it someone else entirely, a shadowy figure lurking in the background? The Zodiac's motives remain a source of endless debate. Was he driven by a need for control or darker motivations? The ciphers failed to provide a clear answer. The full extent of the Zodiac's crimes remains unknown. The Zodiac killer, though his reign of terror ended decades ago, continues to cast a long shadow over American history. The unsolved nature of the case and the killer's chilling ability to evade capture have transformed him into a boogeyman of sorts. We crave answers, seeking closure and a sense of justice for the victims and their families. Yet, the Zodiac has denied us that closure, leaving behind speculation and unanswered questions. The Zodiac case, shrouded in mystery, offers hope for those drawn to unsolved mysteries and the thrill of the chase. The ciphers, some unbroken, challenge aspiring codebreakers to test their skills. The digital age empowers anyone with an internet connection to join the hunt for the Zodiac killer. Online forums buzz with activity as armchair detectives share theories and insights. The Zodiac case reminds us that even the most perplexing puzzles can be solved with persistence and collaboration.